But in the NBA, got to keep it moving. A city
Off-ball defense, just attention to this.
Moody, Gary Payton, Jimmy Butler, and Quentin Post. No Draymond Green tonight. And Moody off iron there. Yusef Lowry marking it, and Yusef Nurkic for Utah that lost by 2 to the Lakers last night. And rookie Bailey missing the floater and
Get physical.
no Draymond, no Al Horford, no Kuminga tonight. So you're down guys that would have guarded marking it. Curry missing that 3. And
Team step, make him give it up.
Marking it at 7-1, taking it up and out. And
Post came over to help, made that layup tough.
Curry to GP2. If you lose Gary, he'll be around the back. Left it on iron. Deontay George, he could have won it last night. Missed that last shot, but get past. Moody out of the corner. And Moses missing the 3, so the Warriors, some good shots. Yeah, Deontay George at 23 a game, marking it at 29 a game, and that's why Utah could be a problem back-to-back.
And just maybe take him out of rhythm a little bit.
Shot clock at 7. Jimmy Butler finding Moody, shot clock at 5. He gets Bailey into the air, but not enough contact for a foul, and Markkanen headed the other way. And Bailey at 6'9", floats in. Could have had a layup there.
And the crowd burring there. He was more open than he thought.
And Steph throwing it away.
Really struggled there, and Kessler Walker being done for the season has really affected him. Mostly offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. They're okay as you get Lowry marking 140 points to their opponents 3 games in a row. So Warriors, if they move the ball, if they cut, really make them work defensively, you should be able to get something offensively.
So Bailey getting a good look, and so Utah, let him mention they always size on Steph. They shoot it over Markkanen. GP2 the rebound, so the Warriors 0 for 6. Can they get anything easy? Can they get to the foul line? Can they get a bucket? Hey, they can do it all. Jimmy has the bucket, the body, and the free throw coming.
You take off here.
Game 9, they're averaging 20 a game, nearly 5 assists, nearly 6 rebounds. Excellent from the foul line at 87%. Markkanen spacing out to the three-point line again. I like that contest by Quentin. The team has given up as many points as Utah. You'd think transition is an issue, but right now the Jazz have the Warriors playing half-court, half-court, and Jimmy Butler
got us. Let me just go to work. They can't stay in front of me, beating him one-on-one. He can't get by Deontay George as they knock down a 3 there.
Yeah, Mikhailuk, Ukrainian by birth, has been a solid player at a couple different NBA stops. Tic-tac-toe, and Post with the dunk.
It starts with the double. Positions are interchangeable. Sometimes you'll see Quentin Post in the middle and GP2 getting a dunk.
Moody with a steal. 2-on-1. Jimmy soaring and floating and finishing.
Okay, now they're going. The nation is saying, okay, our guys are here now. Say the same thing now. I really appreciate him reaching out, and I obviously accept his apology.
Hey, Warrior fan Butler with Steph up top, and turning that 3 short. And Bailey, quickest man to track it.
Even that last one, Steph got a little bit of an opening.
Markkanen at 7-1, you're thinking, hey, he's going to be inside. No, he can hurt you from deep.
Well, that's why we've seen GP2 on him.
Yep.
Smaller. We've seen Quentin Post on him at times.
Oh, Gary right down the lane.
That is a Steph Curry. He sets him so well. He keeps 2 defenders with him most of the time.
Nurkic pretty skilled, but Quentin Post, how about the body? And didn't commit the foul. So now the Warriors have the tempo movement. Steph looking for his first field goal, and he's got it. He went at the 7-footer. He should bounce off Steph. Mikhailuk from deep. And Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Well, you can see, Kay, the Warriors are getting inside. Steph layup, Gary Payton dunk, Butler drive. You don't want to settle on this team if you don't have to. GP2, when you lose him, where is he?
Around the basket, but it started with a Jimmy Butler. Do your job.
Shot clock at 7. Deontay George attacking, and he will draw the foul.
Yeah, Deontay George. Who's at the rim easy.
Can you think of a guard that played in Utah forever that was good at bone crushing?
John stopped it. I mean, he used to get mid-range. Like really tried to kind of perfect that. Obviously, loves shooting his threes, loves getting game.
They're putting Isaiah Collier on Steph.
Oh, he's like a football player.
Pajemski, TJD, and Guy Santos in. Curry wanted some contact there, banked it in anyway.
It's concentration. Feels like there's nothing you can't do when you're defending him and he makes that shot.
Slow-mo, who we definitely loved in the Warrior uniform. Stepped around, he traveled there and got away with it, but TJD got the rebound anyway. Curry for three. And a long ricochet rebound right back to Steph.
Guy Santos kept that alive. Of course, he's in the game going a million miles an hour.
Pajemski didn't settle for the three. Better look to Moody. Good recovery, Isaiah Collier there. Shot clock at three. Brandon's got to make something out of nothing. Did well just to hit iron and out.
I think Sante O'Donnell with his game.
He drives away at the rim multiple times.
He's solid now. Can always throw in the post with those split action.
TJD is going to get more playing time with Al Horford out this week. Going to miss all 3 games. Moses Moody missing that three. Warriors deep ball has not been there yet, but the effort has.
He had 2 defenders jump out. The roller was open.
Sensabaugh, and he'll rib that home.
He can score. He is burly in college.
6'6", 235. TJD back out to Moody. You like these looks, but the Warriors are 0 for 8 on threes right now. Wouldn't mind Trace trying to put a few in the basket.
Well, just show and go a couple times.
Lopowski, nice skip pass. Slow-mo taking his time. Deontay George dropping in the three.
It starts with allowing a drive, allowing them to get in the paint, then you help off. But it's always who else is going to come and join the party. You know those guys are usually going to have really nice games. They want to bring their teammates along for the ride.
Buddy having that three blocked, but taps it to Guy Santos. That was going to be a pass to Trace. And all that effort, and they just come up empty. And Sensabaugh flying in to lay it in.
Well, Kyle Anderson, we know this about him. He long.
And there's the lob, and TJD said, yeah, I'm going to hammer.
He was going to do with that like at least 2 or 3 seconds before he caught the ball. He knew Filipowski was going to commit to him. Throw it up high.
Isaiah Collier, we've seen him play well against the Warriors in Utah.
He's a bulldog.
Deontay George, talk about the confidence, man. When you're averaging 23 a game and you got the greatest year three.
He's always shot ready. Coach wants him to just go.
TJD having that blocked. And Collier headed the other way. He just wouldn't mind to get up and down. Utah shooting 53%, and the Dubs are 39%, and yet to make a three. Sensabaugh able to finish there.
He's a power drive, wouldn't he be? And again, it's just the on-ball defense. Can you not give up blow-bys? Give your help a little more time. They're getting into the paint too easy.
Guy Santos. There's the first three of the night. So Guy for third. That's what I want to know. That's a lot of time.
That is amazing.
Will Richard, Pat Spencer in with Butler, Moody, and Quentin Post. Good D there. And
get off to a better start would be nice.
Post trying to make Nurkic move his feet. Moody attacking. There's a Quentin Post catch and shoot. Those are the ones that need to go down. Kyler using the handle. Butler with a quick. Every time they've run, they've usually had good success. And Will Richard right off the bench, right into the bucket. And the rookie hits a three.
Get as you can and throw it ahead whenever you can. Will Richard is going to be ready. Remember, this team played last night. Run them.
Done a good job not turning it over. Only 2 turnovers. He's marking it off back iron. He's done a good job on the rebound battle. 13-12. And Moody. One goes in. Then here's another one goes in. Richard handling.
We just saw Moses Moody's defender was cheating off of him. Nurkic was almost under the basket. He's the only guy that could get out there.
Collier went in, out. And then Collier getting that offensive rebound. Sensabaugh pulled that string short. Linus says keep running them. They played last night. They traveled from LA. Butler down the lane. Butler tipping in his own miss.
He's saying nobody is going to stop me from shooting 82% from the line last year, and he wasn't satisfied. But he's so dynamic. Initially, the point of emphasis for him is the highly position three. The point of emphasis decision making, because he didn't play point guard at Baylor, right? But he's had to do that here.
And Colin Sexton traded him. Moody spaces out. Moody dropping in another three. So Moses started
there, but Moses Moody concentrate. Next time you can show it going pretty easily.
Bailey off iron, long rebound to Markkanen. Those are the ones the Warriors want. Let him mention it, how just disappointing it is to have to play defense again. Another 20 seconds or so. Bailey from the other side. And Moody coming back to get the ball.
After the Markkanen double team again.
The Warriors come up with 2 stops that trip down. Get back to Butler and Collier. That is strength on strength right there. Jimmy said, I'm usually stronger. Jimmy Butler
is smaller, even though he's pretty stout and thick.
Look at Post move his feet there. It didn't reach.
Against a quick guard.
Really quick. That's impressive. Bailey denied by Moody, and that's the rebound.
That's the on-ball defense you're looking for.
Post out of the corner. Oh, that's pretty ball. Moses defensively, Quentin Post offensively.
Shoot high and shoot it from there.
16 unanswered, K.
That makes his release so much quicker.
And then contesting Markkanen and coming back to
you got to get those. Now you have some momentum.
Not take your foot off the accelerator. 16 in a row. Quentin Post for 3. Rebound, Moody, headband coming off, laid it in anyway.
He is unbothered. People trying to help him up, they're all falling. You're the more aggressive team. Oh my.
Bailey didn't catch the lob. It's Jimmy Butler in the lane.
What is happening? Everybody's falling over.
That is the kind of turnover where even Quentin's like, his head, does he sit at the end of the bench? He's like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to come back and make my next 3 shots.
He's going to keep playing hard.
TJD played the D. The ricochet, Will Richard with a rebound.
Defense now. People are moving their feet.
Steph is back in. Warriors are pitching a shutout here in the second quarter. Deflected, still got to Curry. From the baseline, Steph off iron there and out of bounds.
Oh, could finish a little better at the basket. He can work on that, but he can score it.
TJD inside and Phillip.
Why are you giving great compliments to Duke?
It's a good basketball power. Okay. It's not like they went to Kentucky. Shot clock at 3. Steph Curry, step back 3. He went to Davidson. Kyle Anderson was his teammate.
And Kyle Anderson biting the dust. Look at the shooting in the quarter, though.
Filipowski hitting the 3. Well, you said, and your boys carries.
Well, the shot selection has been pretty good, and that's helped. A lot more shots going in for the Warriors.
Oh, nice pass from Steph. And then GP2, give me that. Buddy Hield an open 3. Buddy! He drops in and
save a turnover. Save your quarterback as a wide receiver from getting an interception, basically.
Buddy Hield did not score Friday night. Filipowski and Trace Jackson Davis.
Force there. Now you're running.
Curry. He made Filipowski fall down, but he couldn't hit.
Keep making people bite the dust and lose shoes.
Out of the shot, an air ball out of the Walter Clayton missing there.
He's going to test Filipowski now and see if those shoes are on right.
Put your shoe back on. Buddy Hield. And over the backboard. They're missing Buddy.
What can happen when Buddy Hield gets hot or he sees one go in?
Deontay George is fouled, but that.
I think it's the right call.
Kyle Anderson. And dropping that in.
Yeah, 2 defenders cut in there with Mark. You got Kyle Anderson with a running start.
And they held on to Trace. Sean Corbin has the foul. 30 years for Sean Corbin. 100 Roy and some Fitzgerald guy.
There he goes.
He'll be against Houston.
The legend.
Steph Curry rattling that home.
Look at Steph shaking his head. Feeling good.
This is the Warriors' biggest lead. They flipped the game 23 points.
Once Steph gets that defender on his back, he's keeping him there. He's going to stop on a dime, float game.
Bailey hid behind the screen. Wow, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, Bailey's got it like
Rutgers, the 5th pick overall.
Talk about his freaky athleticism. He can hit you from outside. Oh,
Curry curling out that 3. Buddy Hield the rebound. Buddy laying it up and in.
Yeah, Bailey and Buddy Hield's like, wait, the ball's here to be had. I'm going to get it.
Good play by Steph. He had a nice contest on the 3. Warriors are doing all these pyrotechnics as Trace went up and under. What a block by the side of the rim he was going to come up on. Keontae George, he just good physicality and then rising up.
He gets
17 for Keontae George. The Warriors are doing this with Steph 4 of 11 and 1 of 7 on threes. There's a lot of guys in the town jerseys that are playing well here in the second quarter. Will Richard, little 1-foot floater, and TJD guiding that home.
But again, these long close for threes, and Will Richard, even though he missed that floater, it's the right idea, and you've given Trace Jackson Davis a chance.
Just a pickpocket of Markkanen. Behind the back, Buddy laying it in! What a pretty play!
Now they're having some fun.
Needed.
You get these stops, you're able to run off of it. Sparks your offense.
Warriors are third in the league in deflections. You're seeing the defense. Markkanen, he is 7 feet tall.
I was waiting for him to do that when GP2 is on. You are much bigger there, and he did it from the corner.
Yeah, Markkanen's 2 of 8, though. Averages 29 a game, 7th best in the league. So they're doing a good job on him so far. Curry is 8th in the league, and he drops in the 3.
And that step back is second to none.
Oh, so